with?
Sports Fire.
Who we against? Who we with?
Sports Fire.
Who we against? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Wake 'em up, wake 'em up, wake 'em up. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Wake 'em up, wake 'em up. Yes, sir, yes, sir. I aim to get rid of the lanes without calling names. Hello, hello, hello. Who you with?
Sports Fire.
Who against?
All liars.
Wake 'em up, wake 'em up, wake 'em up, wake 'em up, wake 'em up. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and welcome to Sports Fire. I am your SPORTSANATOR ROJO, here to bring you the hottest sports update, rumors, and news. Tonight, I am joined once again by co-SPORTSANATORs, SPORTSANATOR TERRELL in the building, and SPORTSANATOR TT in the house. What's happening, SPORTSANATORs?
What's going on, SPORTSANATOR?
Same old thing, man. We're going to bring them another hot show tonight like we do. How y'all feeling?
Awesome. Ready for this show, man. Excited. Let's get it.
Okay. I like that. How you feeling, SPORTSANATOR TT?
Hey, I'm ready to get up in it.
That's what I'm trying to hear, people. Yes, sir. We are your SPORTSANATOR. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We're going to bring it to you raw, never flaw. Y'all already know that. But anyway, let's get into the night show. First topic up to bat will be Kwame Brown himself. Kwame Brown himself, people.
It's the mama's cooking.
This guy here is actually breaking internet records, and it's amazing his story. Kwame Brown himself was drafted straight out of high school, but he was the first one to break the Genesis World Record book of being first round and also first overall pick. This is who this guy is. This guy's an animal, but he wasn't given his proper due. I feel like that happened because he was drafted by Michael Jordan. Now, Michael Jordan at the time was part owner of the team. Michael Jordan at the time was older. Michael Jordan wanted to win. So Kwame didn't get the nurturing that he needed. Some first round picks, they come in, they be fine. But at the end of the day, you got certain first round picks that come in like Kwame. He just needed a little bit of tune up to his game because he's still a baby. He's coming straight out of high school. Now, this same guy here bought his mama a house on the golf course. Bought his mama a house. This is a kid we talking about, people, who knew what to do with his money to put his mother in a better position and himself. This is a kid we talking. This is a kid. I want everybody to keep that in mind. He came straight out of high school, so this is a kid. This is a young adult male. Now, also, I try to figure out a lot of times, like, why is this kid who came straight out of high school got ridiculed the way he did? And why does all ex-NBA players, sports analysts, the top dogs too, why do they come at this guy? So something came to me, SPORTSANATORs. Something came to me. This is why they came at this man the way they did. They used the company man, first of all, like Stephen A. Smith. He was on the rise, but he had fell off. So he was trying to find his way back on. So I believe, in my theory, that they came to Stephen A. Smith and they said, you know what? We like your style. You remind us of a company man. We need you to do us a little small favor, though. We don't really like this coming straight out of high school. We don't really like this. This messes with the finances in college. It messes with that. We make billions of dollars advertising, marketing these young players, putting their names everywhere. And if they take $1, they out of here. They're the worst human beings to ever live. So we need this to stop. It's too many of them coming out and becoming millionaires. Most of all, African-American millionaires overnight. We don't have Billy coming out becoming a millionaire and a billionaire overnight like this. But these Africans, this is their game. They jump high, they run fast. We can't have this anymore. And the colleges need to eat. So they hired the company man, Stephen A. Smith, gave him another shot. Go ahead, and I want you to go on a smear campaign on Kwame Brown. Show them why that these kids should be, this is how the one and done rule was created. This is why they need to go to college at least 1 year and don't become a bust, as they call him. You still need that 1 year college experience. But remember, it's all a trick. It's a mirage they put in front of your face because they wanted to stop that money, because you had young Black males becoming millionaires overnight, even though they've been working on their craft and they one out of a million who can do this. So they stopped it. They sent Stephen A. Smith. We're going to put an African-American face against an African-American face. It worked. This guy stayed quiet for 20 years, his whole career. He stayed quiet. So one day, we're not even going to name the name of that podcast because I don't respect those guys. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Gilbert Arenas was up there, and Jenny Buss, the owners of the Lakers. And they were speaking about that trade. And they said, no, you only got one person really in that trade. The other one was really a bust. One tapped the other one on the leg because this one was so high, he didn't catch the joke. Then he woke up and said, yeah, he a joke. He was a bust. So some reason, this finally made Kwame Brown speak up, and it lit a fire underneath this guy. And when I say it lit a fire underneath this guy, some of the top dogs that's in this room that we in this same line of work, went after this man. And sometimes it make you wonder, like, why did you go after him? So we're going to play a little clip, and we're going to hear these guys' words out of their own mouth. We're going to listen to them. The first one we're going to listen to Charles Oakley himself. Charles Oakley trying to explain the situation about Kwame Brown, because I guess he was like coaching Kwame Brown. He was a part of the team and everything, and he had something to say. So let's hear what he had to say.
In the game, but he had small hands. Sometimes you can't get out of your own way. Right. Sometimes I think that might have happened to Kwame, because like I say, he got in his own way some in the game. But he had small hands.
Small hands.
Sometimes you can't get out of your own way. Right. Sometimes I think that might have happened.
Now, what is wrong with this boxer talking Charles Oakley? You could tell he was an enforcer, and he's Michael Jordan PR. What are you talking about? So you condescending. I heard your whole interview up there, and Shannon Sharp say you weeded your way in, but I was noticing you doing that on First Take with Skip. You tried to throw rocks and hide your hand, but on your little show, you made sure you asked Charles Oakley that question, because you're coming out to Kwame on the same way the rest of them are coming, but you just trying to throw rocks. But this time you just went all out. You said, like, it's my show. I don't like Kwame either. Let me expose him. Okay. Now, this next guy up came out of nowhere with this. And I've been watching this guy, though. He started off his analyst, his sports host, whatever. He's not a SPORTSANATOR. Don't ever get that twisted. He started off his career. He came different. You could tell he needed a speech therapy class. He needed some education put in him. He needed a little grooming and fine tuning. So he came off, though, I respected the dude because he came off like, okay, he raw, he uncut. He possibly could be a SPORTSANATOR. But then the more and more I kept watching him, the more and more I started seeing him become a Stephen A. puppet. Let's listen what this guy here, well, we're not going to listen to what he said, but what he basically said was, yeah, that guy there, man, it was only one person in that trade. That guy, Kwame, he a bust. He jumped on the bandwagon with Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. It's the go along, get along game. But let's just hear, because Kwame Brown also responded to him. But I want to let you all know the song that Kwame Brown dedicated to this guy. Shout out to Self Talk.
That kid, boy.
dedicated to Kendrick Perkins himself. Okay, shout out to Kwame and Self Talk. They put together a bang on about Kendrick Perkins. But SPORTSANATOR, here, why are they attacking? What is your opinion? Why are they attacking this young man who bought his mama a house on the golf course, who bought acres, who's trying to educate the kids to do more coding in school? Why is he getting attacked the way he's getting attacked?
Well, you go ahead, SPORTSANATOR TZ.
Well, you know, talk about it. He do be talking crazy on his podcast, and you know, NBA players are sensitive. They just like rappers. They are really sensitive. So, you know, people are going to, especially because of how he panned out to be, you know, how he was a bust, whether he was developed or not, you know, he was a bust. People are want to,
deep.
You know, he it's one of the things where it's like, it's one thing if Michael Jordan talking about you. Okay, I can take that. But Kwame Brown, like, who is this guy? You know? So I see it like that. And then not only that too, since he is getting a bigger fan base, just the internet in general, from what he's saying about all these players, Stephen A, how he going on these rants, just talking about everybody. Like, it's getting a lot of attention. You know, some of the stuff he's saying, whether it's true or not, it's coming back to these players, and they, you know, they got probably people asking them like, "Oh yeah, I heard this from Kwame Brown. You know, is this true?"
But one thing I noticed, I've been following Kwame for a while now since he broke the internet. I've never heard him attack somebody who didn't attack him.
That's true. He has been a butt of every joke for the longest. You know, you always hear Stephen A talking about saying something in regards to Kwame Brown. So, I mean, you know, it's true.
After 20 years, you're still trying to destroy this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. I'm going to keep it 1,000 wide. Kwame Brown, I do not disagree with this man defending himself on every corner and every situation that comes, everything that's coming at him. But at the end of the day, people lie, numbers don't. And judging by the numbers, the man wasn't that good. He didn't live up to his expectations. He wasn't even halfway good as what he was expected to be. No. You can't break records in being drafted and put up these kind of numbers that I'm seeing. I'm talking about like his best season. Like, come on, bro. 14 points. Like, nah, that's not gonna get it. He's never averaged 20 points ever throughout his whole career. Ever. For number one draft pick, number one, that's a bust. That's a recipe for a bust. Straight up. Like, you get to, like, I understand, you know, the way they're attacking the man, he's within his right to defend himself, you know what I'm saying? Put that mama's cooking on all that good shit they talking about, because it's a lot of puppets and things in high positions that need to be exposed. But when it comes to basketball and numbers, yeah, he is what they say he is. They probably said it in a harsh way, a way he probably didn't want to hear. You know, the truth hurts, but the man was terrible. Terrible.
When you say terrible, you mean with a capital T?
With a capital T, like my name. I'm talking about, listen, bro. Okay, his grades, the Wizards, averaging 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the court. This man was giving you 10 points.
At 30 minutes?
That's not going to cover him. 10 points.
Well, let me ask you, do you think
that's the most minutes given to him played in the season? 2003 played with was 10. He averaged 10 points.
Well, let me ask you something, SPORTSANATOR Terrell. Do you think it go back to what Charles said because his hands were small?
No, it has nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. They got a basketball player named Earl Boykins. Everything about him was small, but his stat sheet. Everything. Brother was like 5 foot something, 5'6", hooping. It was no excuses. They ain't got nothing to do with it. If you made it, understand that the NBA is the hardest league to get into. If you get in there, you somebody.
But okay.
At some point in time, you were somebody.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though. Any one of you SPORTSANATOR, if he never started any drama and came out to any players, what makes them come out to him and these sports show analysts?
Because he don't follow the program.
What is the program?
You know, the program that we don't speak about. You know, the program that keep the Stephen A's and those gentlemen employed. That program. He's never been a part of that system. He don't care for the system. So when you get out and you speak against the system, that's the result of that. But in return, see, the days we live in now, technology is so grand, you can take backlash and turn it into profit. And that's what he did. That's all. He just took backlash and turned it into profit. He tell you from the beginning, he wasn't an internet type of dude. He a country boy.
Yeah,
he'd rather be out there cutting his yard rather than be on his phone doing all that. But since there's a profit in it, people feed on it, you know.
Because when I first saw him, he was on his tractor. He was cutting his acres on his tractor, his land.
Exactly. That's his MO right there. That's more like him, according to what I've seen. So, how you feel about that, SPORTSANATOR TC?
You know, I'm pretty much, you know, he does have his own platform. So, due to it getting his own viewership, I can see ESPN and all them boys kind of feeling some type of way about that. He getting his own following, and then, you know, he's speaking against what they saying. So, I get bored with that. Though he does, on his rants, he does talk a little crazy about a lot of people. So I can also understand why you got NBA players coming at him.
But remember, these players came at him. He didn't come at them. He just responded and retaliated in a way that they didn't know exists.
I think that's just basketball in general, though. You know, from like high school to now, like, you know, when you reference other players and stuff like that, you be like, oh, yeah, that boy garbage or that boy doo-doo, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if his name come up, they go say like, yeah, you know, the guy sucks or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Enough was just enough of this. Like, why are y'all really bashing him? Because when you bash somebody who look like you, talk like you, walk like you, that's self-hate. That's what I call it. That's self-hate. So it doesn't matter to me about the stats that he put up. This was a young man that came straight out of high school, first overall pick, something that has never been done before. But you see what happened when we do something great? The hate comes from our community.
Oh, yeah.
And they try to break you down and destroy you like you didn't do nothing at all. Another person who I didn't mention who actually got involved in this too was Charlamagne the God. Now, Charlamagne the God, you got this big syndicate program. Why you jumping in this? But it's the do along game, get along game, as he said, because you brought up something, Charlamagne the God, about his daddy chopping some woman up with an axe and burying her alive. Apparently, I don't know what happened, but it was allegedly that's what happened. And then Kwame responded saying, "Wow, I didn't even know my daddy had did that. My mama never told me about that. She never mentioned that. She kept me away from that side. And you brought this up. So when Charlamagne jumped in it, and like I say, the rest of these big platform people's names out here who jumped in it, this is a smear campaign. It's something y'all trying to hide because you're working for the other people.
I mean, that's the way it's always been. You know, you speak against anything. When you speak against the system, they got to make you look crazy so that nobody believes you. You know, make you look like a bad guy. Bring up all the dirt that they can. I'm talking about traumatizing dirt. Yeah. Make people look at you like you're crazy so that when you do try to expose them, it's like, we ain't got nothing. Same issue with Michael Beasley. See what they tell Michael Beasley said it himself. When I speak, people just say, oh, you just crazy, Bees.
Right.
The man sincerely pointed it out the whole time, but they just throw that crazy tag label on it, and that's it. that's an easy scapegoat to just like getting out of the topic without having to solve anything. He crazy.
It really is. Because what I could truly say about my years on Earth, the game has been missing a void since Andre 3000 started rapping, since Nipsey Hussle got killed, since Tupac got killed, and since they knocked out Malcolm X. So they've been waiting on SPORTSANATORs to fill this void. This is why we are here, people, to fill this void.
Fact.
Now, people, I want to ask y'all, son. I want to ask you, SPORTSANATOR, son. Have you heard the member of Amigo take off new hook with Rich the Kid?
Nah, what is that?
Unfortunately, I have.
You heard it?
Unfortunately, yeah, I have. You know, I don't really listen to those guys.
Oh, I love it.
Shout out to them boys, you know, and their success.
I love it because it goes back to the King LBJ, the face of the NBA. They gave him a shout out. This man continues to get shout outs from everybody, and everybody know when you a sport athlete and those rappers put you in there, you the truth. But anyway, let's hear a little something of it. We're gonna listen to it a little bit.
All right.
Let's go. What the info do? I want to talk about crypto. I'm trying to lead it with bloody. Ooh, like Braun when he threw that elbow. Let's go. See what the info do. I want to talk about crypto. I'm trying to lead it with bloody. Ooh, like Braun when he threw that elbow.
Let's keep it real. That's hard. That's another shot at LeBron. $2 million body throwing elbow, leaving that boy bloody.
I think it's a testimony to really bring out the other side of LeBron, to speak on that other side.
That is funny. LeBron been like he's been doing like little dirty stuff. Like, for example, when he stepped over Draymond and got that man suspended during that series when they was going against the Warriors, when they was about to get taken out. Mm-hmm. LeBron been doing like little dirty stuff like that. And then, you know, just because he's LeBron, he's not.
If people in your way and you don't want to trip and sprain your ankle or anything, you step over them.
Yeah, nah, that's not how you do it. That's disrespectful. If you put your nuts all on the back of this man's head and stuff, that's a fight right there.
But what is his head doing now?
He was on the floor.
Why is he on the floor?
I don't remember the exact play on how he got on the floor. I just know he was on the floor and LeBron stepped over him.
He was on the floor because he was not a SPORTSANATOR. He was weak and he was tossed to the side like a regular peasant, son. But anyway, moving along. Let's talk about that brawl on South Beach. SPORTSANATOR TT, tell us what happened out here today on South Beach.
Hey, Kobe Covington. He been talking crazy about George Masvidal before the fight. Just all the pre-fight, you know, hoorah. He was talking crazy about him, talking about the man's wife, talking about his kids, talking about how he gonna leave him on the stretcher. And you know, George Masvidal, he was doing the same thing. You know, that constant bickering between the two before a fight. But see, the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize is this isn't just any fight. This isn't just, you know, you got fight trash talk, but it is more than that. These guys legit don't like each other. They used to train with each other. They was training with each other like way before they were who they are now. Something happened to strain their relationship, and now they hate each other's guts. Hence, why Kobe Covington got a beat down at some bar down on South Beach. They say apparently he lost a tooth, maybe. Got punched 3 or 4 times. And all the man could say was that a witness was that he was surprised that he didn't get knocked out.
Took 2 of them, 2 strong ones.
2 clean ones.
Now, he got SPORTSANATOR TERRELL, not to cut you off, SPORTSANATOR TT, but SPORTSANATOR TERRELL. How do you feel about that incident when that Kobe getting stole from behind?
Well, see, this is a real sensitive topic for me, you know, because for one, doing the research on this dude, and as TT and I spoke before the show, he's a backyard brawler. You know what I'm saying? And he even he curated this quote when this incident happened. He said, "I'm calling this the show your face challenge." He said in the video, he said, "What's up? I'm from Dade County. If you talk that shit, you have to back it up. That's how my city rolls. So, with that being said, we in the same city, so I'm gonna be real careful about what I say about this gentleman. Because when I first heard this story, I was like, my first thought was perhaps this is some old, you know, get back for losing. Because he just lost a couple of weeks ago to this dude. It was a sore loser move. That's what I thought. When I got deeper into the story, as TT said, he did a lot of talking about family and kids and things of that nature. You know how people are. It's a sensitive topic. You know, when you talk about kids, as you see with the other UFC member who facing the charges right now for the molestation thing, for the retaliation of that, when you put kids in the equation, it changes the whole dynamic of the situation. So I feel like, you know, dude was just acting out of anger, out of rage for whatever just happened. But it was a low down move, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, to sneak attack anybody. If you bought that life and you ready to fight, then you know what I'm saying, you face up anytime. It could have been a call out. It ain't got to be no sneak attack. You could call him out. Did it how they wanted to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But,
so how I feel about it was I watched the fight. One fighter outclassed the other one. It was on different levels. Kobe realized that he could deal with Jorge leg kicks. I could take your leg kicks, even though they was saying that maybe Kobe had some type of injury to his leg, but he knew he could take those leg kicks, and he kept stalking him, walking him down. What he learned was Jorge couldn't take punches. So he whipped him. He stayed on his back the whole time. He took him down anytime he wanted to, and he beat him. I'm not sure what their beef was about, because Covington always, he actually as well trains out of Miami. Okay, so you lost. He beat you as a man. He beat you fair and square in that ring. So you saw him on South Beach eating a little steak or whatever. You and your little goons. Y'all jumped him. You sneaked attacked him from behind. You snaked him. But the reason why I know you hit him from behind, because you remember what he just did to you in the ring. So you ain't want to take that chance. So, okay. But then I understand where you coming from, Jorge. You coming from this Dade County, this 305 is on site with us.
Right.
Now, SPORTSANATORs, this was another great show. I appreciate and I value you guys' time. I know you guys, a lot of time is last second. You got to do your homework, but most of you stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
For sure, always.
I don't never want you to think I don't value you guys' time, man. We had a great time tonight once again, and we kept it real again. What we getting ready to do now is go bye-bye. Tell our people love them. We out of here. We brought you another edition. It was raw. It wasn't flaw. You know, we appreciate y'all tuning in to us, respecting, subscribing, and it ain't nothing but love. We SPORTSANATORs, man. At the end of the day, we just SPORTSANATORs. Say again, SPORTSANATOR Terrell.
That's what's up. Shit, much respect and love to those who supporting this movement, man. Y'all keep tuning in. Y'all know who y'all is. All of my people that be getting my, you know what I'm saying? Keep it up. We in this. SPORTSANATORs, man. Flex on them lives. Yeah.
You know, we don't want the lives around here. You gonna play the outro? SPORTSANATOR, ROJO?
Yeah, we're gonna do the outro. SPORTSANATOR. I need you to do your dance.
You already know.
Who you with?
5.
Who we against?
All right.
Hello. Wake 'em up. Who we with?
Sports fight.
It's 5.
Who we against?
All eyes.
All right.
We out of here, man. It's been a pleasure. Another Sports 5 show. I know we love you, and we know y'all love us. We out of here.